In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 college football games happening on November 15, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Cincinnati versus Arizona. The Arizona Wildcats and Cincinnati Bearcats meet Saturday in college football play at Nippert Stadium. Both teams bring clear strengths, and the matchup sets up as a steady test of control, pressure, and mistake management. Arizona has shown a strong grip in tight games this season. Quarterback Noah Fifita stays calm in crowded pockets and spreads the ball to keep the offense on schedule. He protects the ball and keeps drives alive. Running back Ismail Mahdi gives the offense steady gains on the ground that help set rhythm and avoid long yardage. Arizona's defense has been one of the most overlooked groups in the Big 12. It ranks inside the top 20 in the country and forces turnovers that shift momentum and shorten the field. This mix of efficient passing, steady rushing, and a defense that breaks up timing helps Arizona stay attached to opponents on the road against a ranked Cincinnati team. Cincinnati has held firm through most of the season, but it has shown problems with penalties and gaps in its pass coverage. Those issues give Arizona chances to slow the Bearcats and shape the pace of play. Arizona can use those slips to move the ball in short steps and remove quick momentum from the home team. Cincinnati has been the more stable group overall and has not lost at home. Its offense runs through its top quarterback, and the team will enter favored. Even with that edge, the matchup offers room for Arizona to stand in if it keeps rhythm and keeps its defense fresh. The Wildcats have not covered in 7 of their last 8 games as an underdog, and Cincinnati has not covered in 5 of its last 8 games as a favorite of 5 or more points. Arizona's accuracy in the passing game, its patient groundwork, and a defense that disrupts timing shape the path for how the game may unfold. And only at the end does the picture become clear. As our first pick for this matchup, the Arizona Wildcats to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both defenses can slow pace and push offenses into long drives that eat time. Arizona has built a disciplined unit in the Big 12 that sits inside the top 20 in total defense and forces turnovers that stop opponents before they can gain flow. Cincinnati limits success in the red zone and allows scores on a bit more than 3/4 of those trips. Its front 7 crowds running lanes and keeps teams from pushing the game into a quick scoring race. Both offenses can score, yet Arizona limits explosive plays and Cincinnati closes space near the goal line. Penalties have slowed the Bearcats at points, and Arizona prefers a balanced approach instead of fast tempo. These traits set up a slower game where each possession matters, and scoring chances shrink until the final outline becomes clear. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total, is our full game total pick. Michigan versus Northwestern. This matchup looks tough at first glance, and the market's caution around Michigan reflects that mood. The Wolverines sit at 7-2 and hold a spot inside the top 20 in the college football playoff rankings, yet they sit at 3-6 against the spread, which invites doubt. Many bettors pause before backing a team on the road that must cover double digits against a Northwestern group that has played above expectations. Northwestern has shown more stability than expected. The Wildcats enter this game on a 2-game skid, but their full body of work still looks sound. They beat Penn State and UCLA, pushed Oregon to the limit, and stayed within reach of Nebraska. Their performance has been stronger than the early season outlook suggested. Michigan has leaned on survival rather than control. The Wolverines squeezed past Purdue and Nebraska, and their 2 losses came by double digits to USC and Oklahoma, both of which sit well inside the top 15. In the side analysis, the setup reveals where value sits, but the final call belongs at the end, not the middle. As our first pick for this matchup, the Michigan Wolverines to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Michigan's offense with Bryce Underwood can look steady one week and then hit sudden bursts the next. When it finds rhythm, it produces points in clusters. The team has crossed the 24-point mark in 6 wins this season. Northwestern's defense plays with structure, but it faces a long game against a physical front. The Wildcats average 21 points and give up 19. Michigan averages 29 and allows 17. The totals do not point to a shootout, yet if Michigan reaches or passes 24 while also matching the shape of the matchup, the total gains room to rise. In the total analysis, the path forms slowly and the final judgment comes only at the end. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Notre Dame versus Pittsburgh. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Pittsburgh Panthers meet on Saturday for a college football matchup at Acrisure Stadium. Notre Dame enters with a roster that carries more raw talent, and the market often reflects that gap. Yet the number posted for this game gives the Panthers a level of disregard that feels out of line with their actual profile. Pittsburgh brings one of the strongest offenses in the country. The unit ranks 6th in scoring, and the defense holds firm against the run while sitting 23rd in total defense. The program rarely receives the wide attention that Notre Dame does, but the underlying performance shows a team that competes at a high level. Pittsburgh has also handled large spreads with consistency, covering its last 3 games as a double-digit underdog, a stretch that includes an outright win this season over Florida State. The Panthers own a record of 7-2-0 against the spread. These details set the stage for a matchup where the outcome may hinge on how well Notre Dame handles pressure, and only after weighing that full picture can a conclusion take shape at the end. As our first pick for this matchup, the Pittsburgh Panthers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both offenses have shown they can move the ball, and most fans expect points when these teams meet. Yet Notre Dame's defense has grown into one of the most steady units in the country. In 5 of its last 6 wins, the Irish held opponents to 13 points or fewer. These results came against capable offenses such as Arkansas, Boise State, NC State, and Navy, all teams known for scoring. Pittsburgh's offense has looked sharp when facing softer defensive fronts, but this game presents a far different challenge. Week after week, Notre Dame edges closer to the measured, structured identity that has long defined the program under its current leadership. The Irish also lean on the run behind Jeremiah Love, and that approach leads to longer drives, fewer possessions, and fewer chances for the Panthers to open up the game. Only after considering how these factors shape tempo and flow can the final outlook emerge. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. South Carolina versus Texas A&M. Texas A&M, still undefeated, hosts South Carolina this Saturday as they pursue their 10th win of the season. The Aggies hold a record of 9-0 overall and 6-0 in conference play. They enter this matchup after a steady 38-17 road win over Missouri. Their offense controlled the game. Missouri needed a strong effort on defense with their starting quarterback out, but they could not match the pressure. Texas A&M covered a spread of -6.5 because their offensive line set the tone from the start. The run game produced 243 yards and 3 touchdowns on 39 attempts. The linemen leaned on Missouri throughout the day, and the ground attack grew stronger in each quarter. South Carolina arrives with a record of 3-6 and a conference record of 1-6. The Gamecocks have dropped 4 straight games, including a 30-14 road loss to Ole Miss on November 1st. Their quarterback, Lenoris Sellers, struggled. He threw for 180 yards with 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. He has talent, but the pressure he faced made success unlikely. Ole Miss sacked him 6 times. He rarely had time to throw, and that problem has followed the team all season. Texas A&M may field one of the most balanced rosters in the country this year. Their offense runs through quarterback Marcel Reed and running back Reuben Owens II. Reed has passed for 2,193 yards with 21 touchdowns. Owens has rushed for 542 yards with 5 touchdowns. Both operate behind an offensive line that ranks in the top 10 across most major metrics. Their defense matches that strength. The unit gives up only 189 passing yards per game in a competitive conference. This matchup places a spotlight on that defense. The Aggies sit within the top 5 in havoc. They also hold a top 5 mark in tackles for loss and a top 10 mark in pass rush production. They have recorded 34 sacks, with Cassius Howell leading the way at 10 1/2. Sellers could face the same problems he saw in earlier games. South Carolina has struggled to protect him and has struggled to protect the ball. They rank 131st in havoc allowed. This trend creates more pressure, more negative plays, and fewer clean drives. Texas A&M sits in a strong position as they look toward a possible conference title game if they continue to win. They also must manage their health late in the season. South Carolina has played with toughness as an underdog, and they earned support in earlier spots, especially at home against Alabama. Kyle Field creates different conditions, and this matchup presents its own challenges. As our first pick for this matchup, Texas A&M Aggies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. South Carolina does not want a high-scoring game with Texas A&M. Their offense has produced little, and that pattern pushed 3 of their last 4 games under the total. Their defense can still compete. They understand they must contain Reed, limit movement outside the pocket, and control the run first. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. South Florida versus Navy, one of the key group of 5 games in Week 12 takes place in the American, where Navy meets South Florida in a matchup that holds weight in the race for the conference title game and a possible path to the college football playoff. The main issue centers on the health of Navy quarterback Blake Horvath. He drives this Drew Chronic offense when he is on the field, but he sat out last week with an upper body injury from the North Texas game in Week 10. His status for this week remains unclear. I expect him to suit up, but his performance level raises questions against a South Florida defense that ranks 32nd in success rate allowed and 24th in expected points added per play according to CFB graphs. Navy has not produced much when facing stronger teams. The midshipmen scored fewer than 20 points in their past 2 games against North Texas and Notre Dame, which limits confidence in their ability to generate steady offense in this matchup. On defense, Navy has struggled throughout the season. The midshipmen sit at 93rd in success rate allowed and fall outside the top 100 in expected points added per play. When opponents reach Navy territory, they often finish drives with touchdowns. Navy ranks 128th in points per drive allowed, which sets up a difficult test against Byram Brown and a South Florida offense that sits inside the top 30 nationally in success rate, expected points added per play, and points per drive. Market perception has not matched Navy's actual level of play. The midshipmen have not covered the spread in 6 straight games leading into this week. South Florida enters with a stronger and healthier roster, a profile built on balance on both sides of the ball, and a scoring pace shaped by one of the most productive attacks in the country that wins by an average of 17.8 points per game. With these factors in mind, the full evaluation points toward a clear direction by the end of the analysis. As our first pick for this matchup, the South Florida Bulls to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Navy can still move the ball with Woodson at quarterback. South Florida brings one of the top offenses in the nation and has averaged 52.3 points across its past 6 games. They have gone over in 2 straight and in 6 of their past 7. Navy has gone over in 4 of its past 5, and its past defense will face real strain in this matchup. With these conditions in place, the full review leads to a straightforward conclusion at the end. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them. So leave a comment down below and do let us know.